Public Transporter. A Thomas and Friends audio drama, written by Christopher O'Shea. The Blue Mountain Quarry is a very important industry for Sodor. It's the biggest quarry on the railway network, serving mainly the mainline traffic. It has an intricate narrow gauge network taking slates down to the standard gauge engines. James saw all of whatever the narrow gauge railway could go near the northwestern. One day, Duncan came into the steamworks station. Sorry I'm late. I needed to wait for this grumpy passenger to sort out a disagreement with the yard. It's a wonder how you little engines can get any work done. You're rushed off your wheels. You have a wharf, a gigantic quarry, and a whole line that goes into the mountains and countryside. Scarlowy and Duncan rolled their eyes. Now, if you all were standard gauge engines, you wouldn't need to worry about goods for other standard gauge engines. We can get twice the goods you have to another place in half the time. Later that day, James had to take a train of empties for the steamworks. When he arrived, he saw... What on earth are those very strange flatbeds? They aren't exactly flatbeds, James. They're transporters. They are used for taking rolling stock from one gauge of track to another. Some have been bought recently because, let's be honest, we've got a few railways of different gauges that intertwine. As Victor said this, some coaches from his gauge, narrow gauge, were put onto the transporters. James recognised them instantly. And aren't those the tiny coaches that Duncan and other such engines pull? I feel sorry for those who have to pull them. You feel sorry for yourself? You're joking, right? Agnes, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima and Beatrice are some of the oldest engines on the line, and they will be taken to the Arlesdale Railway for a gala about smaller gauged railways. It will be to raise funds for more engines to help us, and you'll have to take them there on these transporters. James cringed as he went onto the turntable. He was about to object, but he saw Victor eyeing him curiously, which shut him up instantly. Someone has to take care of the passenger work! As James pulled the transporters out, he smelled something rotten. Ugh! What is that smell? It smells like mouldy cheese. No, it's just Beatrice. Ugh, good grief. Thomas once covered himself with the Sodor dairy stinky cheese, but you smell like you're bathed in the stuff. It's only a brie and tomato with kippers. No matter what the circumstances, James still hated having to pull such small coaches. Taking the old dears out to the nursing home today. Such a nice young man. I heard that. Who was he? Agnes rolled her eyes. Oh, that's one of those rowdy Americans, Connor. All about the flash of modern day and no respect for the industrial pioneers. Connor, interrupted James, is 10 times the average engine on your pipsqueak railway. The coaches just grumbled, and James figured to give them the silent treatment. They were having an uncomfortable and very silent journey. The rattling of the trucks were truly annoying to the coaches. Suddenly, a crane arm swung at the train. Oops, sorry. Which way you swing that blasted thing? Useless armed machines. Harvey heard this, and James noticed him looking sad. I won't be pulling some coaches that you're insulting my friends. Take this! And he bumps the coaches hard. That's no way to treat the elders. Bump him back, ladies. And they did. This then started a duel of bumping and bashing along the line, loosening James's brakes beyond repair. The brake blocks had been fiddled about with too much to keep James under control by the driver and fireman. This gave the coaches the advantage to push him forward onto the junction ahead. James's eyes were shut as he rammed hard into Hero coming in from the other line. You stupid old cows! You stupid pronouns! Pardon? Ah! I can't understand you at all. Why are you all so grouchy? What is your problem anyway? Our railway is the problem. Our railway has relied equally on passengers and goods for a long time, Jemima started. The slate quarry was only small enough for 2 or 3 trains to come in and out at a time. Now, Lucy continued, it's big enough to be its own railway, and indeed most of our engines are spending their time there. Even our closest friends, Garlowy and Rheneas, don't have much time for us anymore. Nowadays we mainly dealt with Freddie, who is wild and fancy, Mighty Matt, who acts like children, and, if we're truly lucky, Millie. James's eyes widened with sympathy. So, you feel overlooked now? Very much so. James had not considered any of this before, and felt sorry for not doing so. He thought of how to help. And then he remembered where they were going. He got his idea from that. You know, there's some coaches at Arlesdale who are out of use for a long while too. Maybe you'll feel better after a chat with them. The coaches were curious, so they agreed. When they arrived at Arlesdale, James found the very coaches. Agnes, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima, Beatrice, until you get set up, I'd like you to meet the slip coaches.
Hello, dears. We've heard about your railway.
It's a wonderful little line, and the waterfall looks amazing from photographs. Oh, thank you. Our line has been kept under good condition for years. We went through several years of hardship with minimal business, but our engine and staff pulled through. The narrow gauge coaches smiled at this level of admiration, and they ended up chatting with the slip coaches until the rest of the other attendees came and continued long after. After the whole event, James came to see them all bright and cheerful, and then he too chatted about their day, got to know what the slip coaches knew about the narrow gauge coaches' history, and got to share his. What has gotten you so happy? Asked Luke when the party finally arrived home to Groven's Gate. Pardon? We've all gotten onto the same page over time, James said. Maybe you should try taking some standard gauge rolling stock sometime. No thanks. Too heavy. Luke rolled his eyes as he puffed away, leaving James and the coaches to just laugh. This audio production was written and edited by Christopher O'Shea and features music by Norman B. Branch, Upside Down Music, Paul Honey, Thomas BMG, and Shuki Levy, and sound effects by G.W. Shunter and the German of Sodor. This has been a steam-powered cyborg production. Characters are owned by Wilbert and Christopher Audrey, Brittle Croft, David Mitten, Hit Entertainment, and Mattel.